Welcome. Today's video looks at a pivotal new tool developed by ISO in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme. The ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs are designed for organizations committed to making a difference by contributing to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. We'll explore why these newly published and freely available guidelines are important, uncover their core components, and show you how organizations can use them to enhance their sustainability efforts. Let's get started. What exactly are the ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs? The ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs provide action-oriented guidance for any organization seeking to proactively align its operations and strategies with the Sustainable Development Goals. They outline how to effectively manage and optimize contributions towards these global goals, emphasizing a structured, organizational-wide approach to sustainability. Why are the ISO UNDP guidelines for SDGs important? The ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs are incredibly important for several reasons. Global challenges. The world is grappling with unprecedented global challenges, including climate change, poverty, gender inequality, and resource depletion. In 2015, the SDGs were adopted by all United Nations members as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure peace and prosperity for all by 2030. The ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs provide a clear roadmap for organizations and businesses of all sizes to align their operations with these global goals. By following these guidelines, businesses can not only help address these pressing issues, but also contribute to a more sustainable tomorrow, for the planet, for future generations, and for their own long-term success. Stakeholder expectations. Consumers, investors, and regulators are increasingly demanding that their companies not only reduce their negative impacts, but also actively pursue positive change. The ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs empower organizations to meet these expectations. Business resilience and opportunities. Aligning with the SDGs isn't just good for the world, it's good for business. They can open new markets, improve risk management, and drive innovation. By embracing the SDGs, businesses can boost their resilience and seize opportunities, ensuring they don't just survive, but truly thrive. Who can benefit from the ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs? The beauty of the ISO UNDP guidelines is their versatility. They're suitable for any organization, regardless of size, sector, or location. The guidelines are an invaluable tool for top-level decision makers who are committed to embedding sustainability into their core business strategy and operations. They help them determine how to make a tangible, positive impact based on their unique circumstances. Curious to dive deeper into the ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs? Click the link in the description below to get all the details. How can organizations implement the ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs? Implementing the ISO UNDP guidelines for the SDGs can be a transformative journey for any organization. Understanding the SDGs. Begin by examining your organization's unique context to identify where you can make the greatest impact. Familiarize yourself with the 17 SDGs and pinpoint the goals that align most closely with your business operations and values. This will help you focus your efforts where they can create the most significant positive change. Leadership commitment. Secure management buy-in by ensuring that leadership embeds sustainable development into the organization's core operations and decision-making processes. This guarantees that it is integrated in every aspect of the business. Stakeholder engagement. Engage with stakeholders to understand their perspectives, needs, and expectations. Knowing who or what can be impacted by your organization's activities, whether positively or negatively, is fundamental. The ISO UNDP guidelines offer practical advice on identifying all stakeholders not just the obvious ones or those who are able to advocate for themselves. Set objectives and targets. The next step is to evaluate your organization's current impacts on stakeholders and contributions to the SDGs. Based on this assessment, set clear, measurable objectives and targets to track your organization's performance and progress towards them. Remember, although the guidelines recommend considering every SDG, focus on those goals and stakeholders where your impact can be most significant and actively work to eliminate practices that undermine sustainable development. Secure resources. Resources are key to turning your plans into reality. Identify and allocate the necessary resources, be they financial, people, skills and expertise, or technology, to achieve your SDG objectives. Integrate into operations. Next, shift from planning to action by placing your SDG-aligned objectives and targets at the core of your business operations and processes. Make sure everyone in the organization knows what you are doing and understands their role in achieving positive change. Monitor and evaluate. Finally, monitor and measure your progress regularly, adjusting strategies and targets as needed to continually enhance performance. Check in frequently with your stakeholders and reassess how you can further advance your business contribution to the SDGs, both those you are already addressing and potentially expanding to others. This ensures your actions are meaningful and genuinely drive positive change. That concludes our overview of the ISO UNDP guidelines for contributing to the UN SDGs and their pivotal role in steering organizations towards SDG implementation. Embracing these guidelines means taking a proactive approach to shaping a sustainable and resilient future for the planet, society, and people. The guidelines are freely available at iso.org/SDG guidelines. For more insights and updates, be sure to subscribe to ISO's YouTube channel and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Let's work together to make lives easier, safer, and better.